come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, they close, I'm that shining the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night, and still my breath is a storm. I bet I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. Hey, I can make time travel a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue, I make him pigs fly, and I move mountains. I would've beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I do the impossible, impossible.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the San Francisco 49ers. Robbie Gould's got it on the tee. He kicks it off, and here we go from Levi's Stadium. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
To the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just
Stephon Diggs. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and inches. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
They go play action here. Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle.
He's got room at the 30.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Purdy on 4th down.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
Escape, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 7-7, our score after 1. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Shotgun now with Purdy.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Play action. Now Purdy.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. On 2nd and 7, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, a 3-yard touchdown run as his guys have now moved out in front.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is now 14-10.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Purdy off the play fake.
And he finds Tyler Kroft. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
And this is caught. Jennings. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 28 yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 2nd and 12, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first one. This from 44 yards out now. And he'll try and throw here on the fake.
He's got it. A lot of work to get to the first down marker.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
49ers 10.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And it's intercepted.
Kaiir Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
I don't think there's any other way to put it, but that was just simply deflating because you know they came out ready to go at halftime, right? Everyone motivating each other, wanting to get out there and get going. And that turnover absolutely saps your momentum. Now you're just shouting encouragement to your defense, hoping they can pick you up and give you another chance.
Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To the air, Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. A give up the middle to Singletary. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 and 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, Allen, and complete right side to Cook. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Open man is Samuel, complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
How many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Niners have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go right back to Singletary. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Out to the left, he's got his tight end Knox. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now this is where, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey.
26 yards.
And the 49ers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Gould able to tack on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On play action, Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Now Allen.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen on the move to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Allen going deep for Diggs. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. No gain on the play there. Second down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. There he goes. And he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
They'll try and throw for it. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. What a performance. All those points put on the board. It Charles, it wasn't just by the offense. The defense put some points on the board as well. They were solid today.
Yeah, it was a complete effort to secure the win, and both sides of the ball made big plays. But how demoralizing is it when the opposing defense can take one all the way back against you? And that was the case here. That really sparked them to victory.